Expand your perspective. The wars you are watching today are not just mere conflicts. They are the beginning of the end of a global system, a demise crafted by the giants' own hands. Now, let's look at the true owners of this wreckage and the wounds they have inflicted upon themselves. 1. USA, the regret of the superpower. The U.S. is opening irreversible wounds within itself. Even Donald Trump admitted he was convinced by his state and defense secretaries to enter this conflict, but that decision is now causing a massive headache for Washington. Military spending exceeding $1.43 billion a day is not a superpower show of force. It is a cancer consuming the American economy from within. While the U.S. thinks it is striking others, it is actually severing its own economic jugular. 2. Israel, the illusion of an easy victory. They thought Iran would be an easy target, a quick war to win. They were wrong. Iran has proven to be a far more formidable and complex opponent than anyone anticipated. As the legendary Iron Dome reaches its saturation point and cities like Tel Aviv and Jerusalem take heavy hits, the question echoes, how much longer do they intend to fight this unwinnable war? 3. Iran, the architecture of chaos. Iran is sworn not to be the only loser in this war. It is dealing the heaviest blows to Israel while simultaneously setting the region ablaze. By striking oil refineries in Gulf countries, leveling U.S. bases, and sinking any ship attempting to cross the strait, Iran is sending a brutal message. The bill will not be paid by Tehran alone. By holding the global economy hostage, Iran is incinerating Washington's credibility and dragging everyone into the wreckage. 4. The Gulf states thirst amidst the oil and shaken alliances. Refineries and natural gas lines are in flames, but the real disaster is the struck water reservoirs. What good is billions of dollars worth of oil if you don't have a single glass of drinking water? For years, countries like Saudi Arabia and Kuwait paid billions for American security guarantees. But today, Washington can't even protect its own bases, let alone its allies. The Gulf states now realize the defense lines aren't protecting them. They're being used as a shield for Israel. With airlines grounded and hotels struck, tourism has ground to a halt. How much longer can the Gulf trust a superpower that fails to deliver on its promise? 5. China, the strategic buffer and the logistics bottleneck. The giant factory's gears are grinding under the weight of an energy crisis. China relies on a massive daily flow, 800,000 barrels from Iran and 1.5 million barrels from the Gulf states. While its 200-day strategic reserve acts as a vital shield, the clock is ticking. The strike on the railway line inside Iran has already severed a primary artery of China's logistics network. China is navigating a high-stakes race against time in a massive economic bottleneck. 6. Russia, the fake gain of isolation. Russia might seem profitable because it has its own gas and oil, but look deeper. It is disconnected from the West and technologically isolated. A giant with money but cut off from the world. Russia is consuming its future in solitary confinement. 7. Europe, a rising crisis between two fires. Russia in the east, the Middle East war in the south. With the shockwave in energy prices, European countries are approaching a major economic crisis. Europe is no longer a decision center. It is a buffer zone where the bill keeps getting heavier. Outro. Break and rebuild it. Every red that you see is the downfall of another rule of the old world. We aren't just seeing what's being destroyed here. We are building a new perspective. Redesign your mind according to these truths. Subscribe and take your place in the Mind Architect. Break and rebuild it.